Hey folks, Jimmy here, aka Pal Ever Dead. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another Mortal Realms video. As per usual, if you like these videos though, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel and drop a comment down below. It is greatly appreciated. And I do try to get back to everybody as soon as I possibly can. Now, as per usual with these videos, I like to do kind of a glimpse into the future. Now, we know what's coming out up until issue 32, so you know we've only just had them spirit hosts that were really good and quite easy to paint, and I hope you're getting along with yours as I'm getting along with mine. Now, not gonna lie, they were fiddly as hell to build, but they're fairly easy to paint, so it's not too bad. Next issue, we already know, issue 29 comes with Norn Oil and Baneblade Brown. Decent, I'll talk about them in the next issue. The issue after, we're going to get some more Azerite Ruins to go with the Azerite Ruins we've already got, which, yeah, not too bad, pretty decent to get. And then issue 31 comes with that lovely Lord Exorcist Stormcast, which is a fantastic sculpt, as I've said before. He's probably one of my favourite looking models. It looks like a Cyberman from Doctor Who, in all honesty, but it is a really nice model. And then issue 32, we're getting them skulls to do all the basing with. Some of the skulls won't look like they fit because they are actually Tau skulls and stuff like that. And you got demon skulls as well in there as well. But there's a lot of good stuff in there, so it will come in handy to have all of them. And then after that, we didn't know what was coming until now. Now, issue 33 is the beginning of a bit of a lull, in my opinion. It's, you know, I'm not saying my opinion's right, but I think these next, up until issue 40, isn't the greatest mix of contents that we could be getting. Now, issue 33 starts off that trend with Sterling Mud and a Citadel texture tool. Not bad. Sterling Mud is really good for doing your bases and everything like that, so if you've got blank bases at the moment, it will come in absolutely handy to get a muddy kind of texture going on them blank bases. And the texture tool is what you're going to need to apply it, because it will ruin brushes if you try to brush it on. But it is the start of a kind of a slump in the issues, because issue 34 comes with more terrain. Now, I don't mind a bit of terrain, but I think we're getting a little bit too much of it all in one clump, which is a bit unusual. So what we're getting is we're getting a Dominion of Sigmar statue, which is a statue of Sigmar himself from the Dominions of Sigmar sets that were released last year, and they comes with a couple of the flames as well, which can be painted up very nicely, I'm not going to lie, but do we need it at the moment? I don't personally think so. Issue 35, in all honesty, is a repeat of issue 23. It is the Sprue B from the original Age of Sigmar box set, apparently. Comes out on the 14th of October, and it is 4 Liberators and 1 Prosecutor again. I'm not going to lie, my Liberators are still slightly unassembled. I haven't put on their shield arms yet, and they're not based, so I'm a little bit behind with them, but I can imagine some other people are, because I haven't even done the one other sprue of Secretors and Castigators that we got ages ago, a lot longer ago than issue 23. They're just sat there, I haven't touched them yet, so it's one of them things. It's building a backlog of models really, with a lot of it. Issue 36 again is more scenery. Now we're going to get the Azerite Bell Tower from Warcry scenery set, which is the Azerite Ruin Chapel. It's a nice looking bit of kit, it's a nice looking bit of terrain, but personally I don't think we need it just yet. I think it would be nicer to see more units coming in. Now, talking of more units, issue 37, we are going to get 3 gryph-hounds now, and we are also going to get some green shade as well, so a new shade to help shade up all the miniatures. But what we normally see is if you buy the gryph-hounds on their own from GW, you get 6, so you're getting half a sprue of gryph-hounds. well, say half a sprue, you're getting 1 out of 2 sprues from that box. Now, that's not the greatest. I'm guessing the other sprue will come along in probably 10 issues time from there, but I don't think we need the gryph-hounds just yet. They're nice little add-on bits, but they're not necessary. Issue 38 is an improvement. It is a massive improvement because we get Crawlock the Jailer and 2 chain ghasts. Now, these are nice models, nice night haunts. They look very different. They look big, ethereal, and they should be really nice to paint. However, my only downside with it is it's been like quite a few issues between getting any of the night haunt, which is a bit weird. I think that there should have been an issue a bit further back with a couple more night haunts in there, and that would have been perfect. Now, issue 39 though does give us another night haunt model. It gives us a cairn wraith. Now, the cairn wraith is an older model. It's been around for a long time. It used to have a square base, and this will come with its own round base. It might also turn up with a square base as well. You never know. Just like that Tomb Banshee from issue number 10. Now, it is an old sculpt, so it doesn't look as kind of thin and wispy as a lot of the good old night haunts do, but it's something. But that is all we know so far. Now, issue 40, I'm hoping is going to be an improvement on that. I'm hoping for something a bit bigger, a bit more kind of fun to paint. I think with a lot of these, like the chain ghasts and everything like that, they're not as fun to paint as what they could be. You could get some better models in there, so if you had like a Reikenor or anything like that, would be brilliant. Or even if they just thought, what we're going to do is we give you one of the big kind of models, we're going to give you Lady Oleander, which would have been brilliant, because it is a lovely model and it's fantastic sculpts and everything like that, and it could have been really nice to see that kind of come in with a magazine, especially slightly earlier on than I'm presuming it's going to probably be. That being said though, beggars can't be choosers. We kind of just have to, if you're going through the whole collection, you do have to kind of tolerate it. It's to be expected in some parts, really. It's just a weird collection of issues where it's a bit of a slump. I'm hoping issue 41 kind of from issue 40 kind of builds back up a bit, and then there'll probably be another slump, or that slump continues for, I don't know, 10 to 15 issues and then builds back up and ramps back up again, where we're getting loads of cool models and some decent stuff to look at as well. Right, that's it from me. That's my thoughts and opinions. Let me know what you think down below in the comments, and yeah, I'll catch you very soon for some more Mortal Realms action. Bye bye now.